Very fresh morning to one and all present here. Myself Zainab Kadri from Atmiya Green School, Jadeshwar, Bharuch. We are back with English subject for class 5. As we have already discussed that 3 lessons are going to come in your exam. That is, first is the boy who saved Holland, which we have discussed in our previous video. Poem number 1 is Al plates on my football shirt, and number 3 is Jaldi's gift by Kalpana Swaminathan, along with the worksheet, that is workbook, and some grammar lessons. So today we will revise the poem, that is Al plates on my football shirt. So as the title suggests, L plates on my football shirt. L stands for learner. So make sure L stands for learner. Now where have you seen this L letter? Have you seen it anywhere? This L plate? Yes, my dear students. L plates are displayed on vehicles and L stands for learner. So whenever a person has just begun to learn the vehicle, on that car, or on that any vehicle, L plate is displayed, so that people get to know that this driver, the person who is driving the vehicle, is not a skillful or an experienced driver, but he's just a learner. So to keep the safe distance from him, so these L plates on my football shirt. Now these L plate is being used on football shirt. So now let us read the poem to understand its actual meaning. Okay. When I play football for the football team at school, no one takes me seriously. They think I am just a fool. My right boot's on my left foot, my left is on my right. My socks are on my arms, and my shorts are far too tight. I have shin pads on my chin just in case I am fouled. My shirt is full of holes, inside out and upside down. The laces on my boots are nearly 5 miles long. I need 2 weeks before each match so I can put them on. They told me to play sweeper, so I borrowed my mom's hoover and swept up their forward shorts with a brilliant maneuver. They asked about my shooting and how I could attack, so I got out my rifle, but they made me put it back. I told them that my dribbling was the best they would get. They dribbled down their shirts and made them soaking wet. They asked me to play winger. I said I couldn't fly. Well, mark your man instead, so I gave him 2 black eyes. Free kick, said the ref. So I did and watched him fall. Nobody had told me that I had to kick the ball. In view of this, the referee gave the other team the kick. I was told to build a wall, but I couldn't find a brick. In the end, there is only 2 positions I can play: left back, right back in the changing rooms all day. Left back, right back in the changing rooms all day. I am only a beginner and someone could get hurt. So I don't have a number but an L plate on my shirt. This is from Elephant's Dreams by Ian Macmillan, Paul Cookson and David Harmer. So it's a wonderful poem which describes the state of mind of a learner. So let us understand each stanza carefully. Okay, plates on my football shirt. Okay, When I play football for the football team at school, no one takes me seriously. They think I am just a fool. So he says that I am a footballer and I play football for the football team. But where? Not like he plays at school. No one takes me seriously. They think I am just a fool. But his classmates think that he is not going to play nicely and they think that he is just a fool. Let us understand why do they think that he is a fool? My right boot's on my left foot, my left is on my right. My socks are my arms, and my shorts are far too tight. So why they think that he is a fool? Because his dressing sense states that he wears right boot on his left foot and right and left foot on his right, and his socks are on his arms, and his shorts are very tight for him to wear. So that is why they think that he is fool. I have shin pads on my chin just in case I am fouled. My shirt is full of holes inside out and upside down. He says that I have shin pads on my chin just in case he is fouled, but his shirt is full of holes. Everywhere his shirt is having holes inside out and upside down. The laces on my boots are nearly 5 miles long. I need 2 weeks before each match so I can put them on. He says that he's having shoes, he's having boots which is having laces, and now these laces of the boots are 5 miles long and he needs 2 weeks so that he can put that shoes on his leg. They told me to play sweeper, so I borrowed my mom's hoover and swept up their forward shots with a brilliant maneuver. Maneuver means a series of moves required skills and care. They asked about my shooting and how I could attack, so I got out my rifle, but they made me put it back. So it was so they asked about the shooting, that how he's going to shoot the ball with his leg, but he thought that shooting means shooting with a rifle, so he just took it out and asked that how I could how to attack the opponent team through the shooting. But he thought that shooting means shooting a particular person with the gun, so he just took out the rifle, but they asked him to put it back. It's just a good sense of humor. I was told that my dribbling was the best they would get, then dribbled down their shirts and made them soaking wet. They asked me to play winger. Winger means an attacking player on the wing in football, hockey, etc. So what did they ask him to play as a winger? I said I couldn't fly. Well, mark your man instead, so I gave him 2 black eyes. So what he says that winger, it's not the person with a wing. So he said I couldn't fly. Winger means an attacking player on the wing in the football team. But he thought that I couldn't fly. So they said that, well, mark your man instead. So I gave him 2 black eyes. Free kick, said the referee. So I did and watched him fall. Nobody had told me that I had to kick the ball. So in this free kick time, when the referee asked him to free kick, so he just watched him fall. Nobody had told me that I had to kick the ball. So he was not aware that free kick means he had to kick the ball. In view of this, the referee gave the other team the kick. So it was the first chance. If you have seen the movie of this football, you would understand that in free kick, when it is a foul, that time both the team player gets 1 free kick. In this free kick, they are asked to kick the ball, and if it is a goal, then you'll get a 1 point. And if you fail, then another team will get a free kick. So Other team got the kick. I was told to build a wall, but I couldn't find a brick. So he was said to build a wall to just protect the ball from coming inside. But he said that he couldn't find a brick. So he was thinking about a real wall. In the end, there's only two positions I can play: left back, left left back, right back in the changing rooms all day. I am only a beginner and someone could get hurt. So I don't have a number but an L plate on my shirt. So what he says that the only two positions is there which I can play in the team, that is left back and right back in the changing room, not in the real game. So he was just a beginner. So while initial stage, when you are in a learning stage, he says that I don't get a number but I am having an L plate on my shirt. So what does this poem tries to tell us is that when we at the stage of learning, that even if we make a lot of mistakes, it's okay not to give up. It's okay. In the beginning, when we are learning, there are it may happen that we make a lot of mistakes, just as this boy in the football team makes a lot of mistakes. He's not having dressing sense, he don't know the actual terms of the football team, so he misinterprets the words in the poem. So it says that it's okay when you are learning something new, it's okay to stay back and watch it how it is being played. In the same way, in our classroom, whenever you are having any doubt or whenever you are having any query, so it is better not to sit idle but to ask and solve your doubt. So this is your poem. Okay, and we'll watch a video on related to this poem. So enjoy this video in order to understand it better.
When I play football for the football team at school, no one takes me seriously. They think I'm just a fool. My right boot's on my left foot, my left is on my right. My socks are on my arms and my shorts are far too tight. I have shin pads on my chin just in case I am fouled. My shirt is full of holes inside out and upside down. The laces on my boots are nearly 5 miles long. I need 2 weeks before each match so I can put them on. They told me to play sweeper, so I borrowed my mum's Hoover and swept up their forwards' shorts with a brilliant maneuver. They asked about my shooting and how I could attack. So I got out my rifle, but they made me put it back. I told them that my dribbling was the best they'd get, then dribbled down their shirts and made them soaking wet. They asked me to play winger. I said I couldn't fly. Well, mark your man instead. So I gave him 2 black eyes. Free kick, said the ref. So I did and watched him fall. Nobody had told me that I had to kick the ball. In view of this, the referee gave the other team the kick. I was told to build a wall, but I couldn't find a brick. In the end, there's only 2 positions I can play: left back, right back in the changing rooms all day. I'm only a beginner and someone could get hurt. So I don't have a number, but an L plate on my shirt.
I hope you understood the poem very nicely. Now we'll begin with the poem appreciation on page number 65 and 66. Okay. Here the question number 1, I request you to open up your course book on page number 65. Question number 1 is, the speaker says when I play football for the football team at school, no one takes me seriously, they think I am just a fool. Do you think that it is likely that people think of the speaker as just fool? Why? Yes, I think that you need to write like this. Yes, I think that people think of the speaker as a fool. It is possible that people think of the speaker as a fool because he is a novice and is still learning the game. Novice means a new someone who is new at something. and he's still learning the game. He also admits to doing some really silly things like kicking the referee and hitting the people. Okay, so it's been said that he was asked for the free kick, so he just kicked the referee, not the ball. And he says that he was not aware that he need to. Nobody told him that he had to kick the ball, and he even hit the people. So from these we can say that people thought that he was just a fool, and people thought that he is a fool by his behavior. Exaggeration is defined as saying something that is far bigger than what it actually is. It is one of the ways used to write humorous poems. For example, in these excerpts from a poem by Ken Nesbitt called I Ate Spicy Pepper, the speaker uses exaggeration to describe effects of eating a spicy pepper. Okay. The pepper caught my head on fire and burned off all my hair. My mouth erupted in lava and my tongue began to melt. My ears were shooting jets of steam. Read stanza 2 in the poem L plates on my football shirt and underline the lines where the speaker is using exaggeration. Exaggeration is a hyperbole in poetry. So exaggeration is generally a way when you define something that is far bigger than what it actually is. So anything which we say is generally bigger than what it actually is, that it is considered as exaggeration, and exaggeration is a hyperbole kind of figure of speech. It is used in poems. So here in the second stanza, that is I have shin pads on my chin, in just in case I am fouled. So shin pads on my chin is a exaggeration. My shirt is full of holes, inside out and upside down. So when you say that inside out and upside down, that means the shirt is not even visible, that's full of holes. But it is used, this exaggeration is generally used to state that it was full of holes. His t-shirts had many holes inside out and upside down, but not everywhere. The laces on my boots are nearly 5 miles long. So generally the laces are quite long, but these nearly 5 miles long is used as an exaggeration. I need 2 weeks before each match so I can put them on. So these 2 weeks, we already know that in order to tie the shoelace, it doesn't require even 1 hour. So he's written 2 weeks just for the exaggeration, for giving the effect. Okay, moving on to the speaker's team asked him to perform certain roles during the football matches. However, he does something funny instead. So match the actions of the speaker from the column A to the action he ends up doing in column number B. So here we have to match these actions. Number 1 is be a sweeper. He was asked that to be a sweeper. So what did he do is he uses a vacuum cleaner to sweep the shorts of his playmates. Number B is shoot. Shoot means to kick the ball. And what did he do is bring some firearms. That means a rifle. He brought a rifle. Dribble. He used drops liquid on them. Number 4 is be a winger. When he was asked to be a winger, what did he do? He refuses to take off. He says that he is not having wings. E is mark. So he strikes someone in the face and hurts their eyes. It is not a mark to put a mark on someone's face, but mark the man instead. Means watch him carefully. So what did he do? He strikes someone in the face and hurts their eyes and made it black eyes. F is free kick. So what did he do? He had to kick the ball in the free kick, but he strikes the referee with feet. Question G is build a wall. Means look for building blocks. So he just goes out and looks for building blocks. He build a wall means protect the ball from coming inside the net. Question 4 is the tone of the poem is the poet's attitude towards a subject, a character or object in the poem. It may also be their attitude towards the reader. Hence, a poem may have multiple tones. Mood, on the other hand, is created in the reader's mind due to the words, images, dialogue, description of setting, and people in the poem. What do you think is the speaker's tone in the poem? The speaker's tone is humorous. What words has the speaker used to convey this tone? The speaker has made fun of football by using the terms used in the sport such as winger, dribbling, sweeper, etc., and interpreting them literally. He has used exaggerations like socks on my arm and shin pad on my chin to make fun of himself and also the sport. As you read the poem, what mood is created in you? How does the poet create his mood in you? The poet creates a light-hearted mood because when we read the poem, we realize that his descriptions are exaggerated and not serious. As we read about the various things the poet has done, we find ourselves smiling. For example, when he marks his opponent by giving him black eyes or kicks the referee at the mention of free kick or looks for bricks in order to build a wall, he burst out laughing. So it was a wonderful poem. It's a brilliant poem uh, taken from Elephant Dreams by Ian Macmillan, Paul Cookson, and David Harmon. I hope you'll reread the poem and you'll recite the poem and learn the poem appreciation part and learn the match the following, learn the question answers we discussed today. Thank you.